How many new units got registered in last 1 year?
In the western region, roughly 600 units have been registered under APEDA. When we talk about APEDA registration, it is in two categories. One is manufacturer exporter, second is merchant exporter. Manufacturer exporter, those who manufacture the product, then they are registered as the manufacturer exporter. Those who don't have the manufacturing facility but they source the product from the manufacturer and then export, that is basically the merchant exporter.
Which are the major countries for APEDA products?
If we take the total share in the international market, APEDA's products, the major share is in the Middle East market. Then APEDA products are sold into European market also, US market, Southeast Asia, but the major share is in the Middle East market.
What are the challenges before APEDA?
The challenges which we are facing are mainly because when you talk about agricultural products, there is a problem of which normally the exporters face in sourcing the product. Because when you talk about the export of agri products and the exporter gets an order, the major challenge is how they are able to source the quality product and they are able to maintain the consistency also. This has become a crucial issue in the few years back, though now the situation is improving, and the situation is improving by the efforts of all the stakeholders, the efforts of the government agencies, the efforts of the private sector, mainly the manufacturers, exporters, and service providers. Let me give an example. Suppose if any of the entrepreneurs starts export of a particular product and he goes to the particular market, their buyer asks that I want 2 containers of a particular product, and he is able to, at that moment he is able to take a decision that he will be able to supply. But why he has committed? On the basis of the backward linkage he has, when he comes back, he is able to fulfill the first consignment order. Then the same buyer, when he places the order for the next few more containers, and the backward linkage is not strong enough, then what happens? He is able to, then he will have to look for other sources. And from the other sources, he is not able to maintain the quality and the consistency. And when the consistency of supply breaks, then it is not only the reputation of the exporter spoiled, it is the reputation of the country also spoiled. And it has been a concern in the various importing countries that the consistency is not maintained by the exporters. So now the situation is improving, and the reason being because now the big exporters have started for a strong backward linkage. They have come to know, they are able to understand that there is a need for setting up of a strong backward linkage. For example, in fresh produce, he is able to have basically a sort of contract farming, or he is able to have number of sources where he can get the supply as per the requirement of the buyer. For that, he has to have the quality check also by sourcing. Then only he is able to satisfy the requirement of the buyer. If it is failed, then the exporter is not able to sustain, and that affects the brand image of the country also.
How do you look at the opportunity?
In terms of opportunities for agri exports, as we all know that India is an agrarian economy, and we have a strength in terms of production of fruits and vegetables, cereal products, and in number of products, India is either number 1 or number 2 or number 3 in number of the products. So we feel that there is a good scope for increasing the exports, which will not only help the exporters or the country to earn the foreign exchange, but indirectly it is going to benefit the farmers of the country also. Then basically the whole agri sector would be able to take the advantage.
What is your strategy for growth?
The strategy of APEDA for growth is basically, as I made a mention about the supply part, sufficient amount of capacity building, sufficient amount of making the sufficient amount of efforts to be made for making the exporters about the requirement of importing countries. For example, in a particular market there is a requirement. For example, in Europe, if the export of vegetables, the EU is going to be stringent on pesticides, then we organize basically, or we sensitize our exporters how they have to be cautious while exporting to European Union countries. Suppose, for example, exporting to Japan, whatever requirements they have, so the exporters are to be sensitized. If any infrastructure requirement is there, then we help in putting up the infrastructure, helping the exporters. In terms of quality, the major issue is of food safety and traceability. APEDA has been putting a lot of efforts in the last 5-6 years in terms of setting up systems for food safety and traceability. When we talk about traceability, let me inform that the APEDA has been the first government organization which has set up its first traceability system for export of grapes to European Union, which is running since last 5-6 years successfully. Whatever grapes is exporting from the country, that is passed through our traceability system, which has been named as GrapeNet, and which has become widely popular. After the success of first this traceability system, we replicated the traceability system to a few other products also. For example, pomegranate, we named it as anarnet. Then for organic products, we have set up a system which is called TraceNet, which takes care of not only the food products but non-food products also, because a lot of cotton is exported from the country. So with these traceability systems, we are able to say that our products are trace compliant, and we are able to trace back up to the farm level, from which particular plot of the farm the produce was sourced for export, and that has really helped us in good brand building in the international market. And we are in the process of replicating the system for a few other products also. On the same lines, HortiNet system is being developed, which will take care of maximum of fruits and vegetables which will be exported from the country.
Thank you.
Welcome.